Welcome,
Episode
everybody.
9. We here. It's the Free Gems
Free
podcast.
Gems, Free Gems.
You know what I'm saying? As I'm here, I got my co-host
Kamal
Kamal
here.
here. You know what I'm saying? Say hello with me. As you can see, you know what I'm saying? Boy, if you're listening to us on Spotify, Apple Music, you wouldn't be able to see. But to my left, we got special guest. First guest of the podcast, friend of the podcast. We got Rell the shooter. You know what I'm saying? AKA 311 Visuals.
Yes, 311 Visuals in the building.
One third of Take56media. I tend to shout them out a bunch of times on the podcast already, so it's only right. I at least bought Rell. I got my brother Spaz here too, low key, but he's in the cut. He's panicking right now. If y'all can see Spaz, he's literally in the fetal position. He don't want to be mentioned. He's not gonna get on camera, so we just gonna laugh at him.
Shout out.
Nah, but shout out our son Spaz, man. Visuals by Spaz. We're gonna put everybody's at name at the bottom of the link so we can get into the story and everything. But so pretty much, right? So we all from pretty similar areas. We all from pretty close around, you know what I'm saying? So it was just destiny. We were all gonna eventually meet and end up running into each other. But it just so happened that, you know what I'm saying, my man Rell here, he had this hustle. He started picking up a camera. So and I seen the type of journey and the everything that they've been through and everything they've been going into and the places they be, and I'm like, damn, these niggas gotta have a hell of a story. Like, how the fuck do they get in these rooms? You feel me? And it's just crazy because I seen it from the beginning. So we here to talk about the very beginning. You know what I'm saying?
We talk about the journey.
I'm done talking.
It's one hell of a journey.
Let me bring it into, you know what I'm saying? Bring it around. Let me let you say something, boy. So where you from? Tell them where you from.
What up? Rell. You might know me as 311 Visuals.
Yes, sir.
Originally, I'm from Inglewood.
Okay.
Lived there for about 9-10 years.
Yeah,
Moved to Lodi.
Right.
When I was about 9-10 years old. For most of my life, especially school and everything, I wasn't in Lodi schools. I used to go to Catholic school.
I didn't even know that.
I used to go to Catholic school in Hackensack.
Okay.
Until I got left back in like 7th grade in Lodi.
That makes sense.
Well, actually, left back in 7th grade in Hackensack, came to Lodi. This nigga was the first nigga that I actually met. One of the first niggas I actually met. He was in my homeroom. Thought he was a bitch ass nigga.
Yo, wait, that's funny, because that's one of the first niggas I ever met too when I moved to Jersey.
Yo.
But let me tell you, before anything, I'm not even gonna get into it yet. These niggas ended up telling on me at recess one time because I was cursing niggas out. And this nigga might not have been the one to tell, but them niggas was all in the office like, yeah, ain't gonna lie, that nigga was wild at recess. But we don't gotta talk about that. Back to
second grade shit.
Back to Rell. See, he remembers.
Second grade.
He ain't gonna hide from it. Niggas told him, we don't gotta talk about that.
But yeah, came to Lodi. I didn't pick up a camera until I got a job at Nike in like 2015.
Nice.
2015. So take a story. How old are you? Probably around then, like 21, say 22, because we about the same age.
I'm trying to think. I was born in 94.
Nigga can't do the math. Yeah, that's 21.
That's 21. That's
21.
We on point.
So what kind of job was it at Nike?
It was just a retail job. So,
yeah, it was young. You know what I'm saying?
You know, they don't consider like their employees. They call you like athletes and stuff like that.
Athletes.
Yeah, that's tough.
So whatever department you was in, you were considered an athlete. In my younger days, I used to be.
No, it's like a sweet, nice and bull.
But I don't know. I was working there for a little while. I took photography in high school as an elective.
Oh, what?
But I didn't really care.
Yeah,
about
in
it.
high school, whatever you take as an elective. Niggas be
was-
taking culinary. I don't ever want to be a chef. I just want to make cupcakes.
I went to college to be a chef.
Yeah, what?
Word.
dope.
Yo, see, I'm learning some
That's
shit
dope.
right
See,
now.
like, that's how-
What school did you go to? Let me find this out. You better be online.
Bergen, nigga.
All right, that's 13th grade.
I went for 1 year.
Bergen got a
And
great
what they
ass
used to
program,
do
though.
was they would find me jobs. To like the city and
That's
everything,
tough.
or
Wait,
in the
for-
hospitality
for-
industry.
for,
No,
for
for culinary.
Oh, I'm
At
tripping.
Bergen?
So at Bergen, they would
See?
find me jobs in the city for the hospitality industry.
Nice.
I've been to some shows. I've been to a couple of restaurants I worked with. I realized that that's just
So it's safe to say you tried a bunch of things before you ever picked up a camera. That's for sure.
what?
Yeah.
You've had your fair share of jobs before you picked it up. So what led you into like not only just picking up the camera but being passionate about it and deciding like, oh, I'm gonna go forward with this, like go hard with it.
Realistically speaking, it was one of my coworkers at Nike that got me really into wanting to even pick up a camera, but not even to take pictures of people. She was just taking pictures of sneakers, and I'm like, oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
You
Like,
feel me?
oh.
Like, and the more that I found out about it, did my research, I started looking at it, and then me and one of my men decided, yo, let's just go half on the camera or something.
Yeah,
you know?
respectfully.
So we went half on the camera, but after getting it, we both realized that I'm the one that's really only shooting with it.
Right. Yeah.
So just me tending to shoot with it more, I realized that, fuck it, he don't really want to do it
this
after a
shit
while.
mine.
So I got my first camera in 2016.
Nice.
got my second camera in actually the end of 2016.
Hold on, let me not cut you off too much, but okay, so when you got it, did you think about it like, oh, I'm gonna got this camera with the intentions of making money with it, or
Nah,
was it just like
I just
a
wanted,
hobby?
I just wanted to take pictures of my friends and get sneakers
do cool
and
shit. Yeah, be the
like
nigga
that.
with the camera at the
You feel
parties and
me?
shit, for sure.
But
You wasn't thinking money.
I wasn't
at the time.
thinking long term.
Yeah, you were just thinking like a hobby right now.
I was thinking it's a hobby. I got it
Yeah.
in front of me. I'm gonna just do what I can,
And-
like for the meantime.
And it's funny the contrast, the fact that you said that you took a photography class in school and you wasn't fucking with it. It wasn't you.
It wasn't even something that even the concept didn't even cross my mind.
Right.
Even after I get out of school, like
It was just an easy elective, man.
Yeah, it was just something I could
barely any
just-
homework. Your homework's taking pictures and shit.
Nah, I wasn't even taking pictures.
What the fuck they had you doing
funny shit.
homework?
They just had you teach you like the basis of photography.
Okay, but
Like
the zoom, the camera.
f-stop, shutter speeds.
Oh, this is where you about to
ISO,
lose me. Go ahead though.
How you
I
how
don't know nothing about
how it
this.
lets in light and everything.
Uh-huh.
I wasn't really paying attention to that. I was
Yeah,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
fuck out of school.
Right.
Yeah.
I bet you wish you was paying attention. It probably would have helped you
Back then?
know the camera way better by the time you bought it.
If
and
I
picked
was
it up.
honestly paying more attention and knew that it was something I really had a desire for, I probably would have taken it seriously.
Yeah.
Because fuck it, I could probably went to school for that.
Yeah, that's true.
But since I didn't, I'm all self-taught, freelance, learned on my own, learned through other people, learned
Nice.
through being in situations.
Nice.
That's fire. That's what amazes me
Feet
the
by
most
fire
about
right there.
what I realized, because I got to meet so many like people. What's the proper title? Before I just keep calling you a cameraman, because I don't feel like that's the proper title.
I mean, you can classify it as that, but you have so many things across like a camera field. You can be a photographer.
So it's
can
not
be
offensive to be like, oh, you're a cameraman.
I don't take that offensive.
Okay, cool. I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I just want to make sure I'm getting that
you gotta
across
get
before
the
I just keep calling people a
vernacular right.
cameraman.
Yeah, like,
You may know me as like I may do like photo and video,
Right.
but another person may not know me as that. So he may
Yeah.
call me a photographer. I may have to correct him and be like, no, I'm not just a photographer. I
Exactly,
do
because
this.
there is a
Videography.
difference.
Yeah, so call me a camera. I don't take offense to that.
That's
somebody
more than a
might
general.
Yeah, for somebody who may
Yeah,
not
because the
necessarily
camera at that
know.
point, yeah, you could be doing either part when you just say cameraman.
Yeah.
But so okay, and then wait, shit, I always draw a blank out of nowhere when I try to come back. But okay, so when you picked up a camera, and all I was talking about is seeing the entrepreneurial way that you guys maneuver. It's like you guys are all like not signed to nobody or nothing, but y'all find jobs, and I feel like I see y'all always working. Like you, Spaz, Kai, y'all are always working. I'm like, yo, these motherfuckers either got a lot of rap friends, or like these motherfuckers, but it's not just local rappers either. I see y'all like y'all was at the Cardi B video shoot with B Love and a whole bunch of other videos. Like, I see y'all at so many video shoots, and I'm like, how the fuck do y'all be getting in these rooms? So I'm like, I know y'all had to put in some hella groundwork and networking.
It's crazy because the story of how we met Kaya is mad funny.
Word.
It was at a J Crate show.
Wait,
that-
when you say how we met Kai, you talking about you
Me
and
and
Spaz.
Spaz.
I just want to clarify
Yeah,
for
me
the
and Spaz
for
met
the
Kai.
public. And matter of fact, did you and Spaz pick up the camera at the same time, or was it?
Yeah.
Who picked up the camera first? You and Spaz. That's a good
It's-
question. I always knew you had to be together. Like if I see Spaz, I see Rell. If I see Rell, I see Spaz. I just felt like that was normal, regardless.
It's
And then
certain
the
shit I
camera
want to
shit.
speak on about that. Certain shit I don't want to speak on.
Let's speak on it.
Because
Speak on
he's
it.
not right here.
Yeah, because he's
You
not
know what
right
I'm saying?
here.
You feel me?
We
But
not
what I
gonna
will
do
say,
that to him.
he had a camera before me.
Right.
But as to purposes of always using it and
he
bringing
just
it
wasn't ever
around,
using it. Yeah.
not always doing that.
Yeah.
To that sense, you feel
So
me?
you jacking? He had the camera first, but you had the vision.
But
I'm jacking once I started
So-
coming around with him more, using it more. I guess that really what
But-
made him just be
but
like,
that's what's so
why-
good to have-
If him, why not me?
And that's what's so great to have a friend that's into something that you're into, because
You can feed off each other.
You guys are inspiring each other. He might have had the camera first, but then he's seen you moving around, doing a whole bunch, taking pictures, getting tagged probably, or like on Instagram, even if it's just like friends and people around, like get your name up. And then also what I realize is, if you the nigga with the camera, you get into a lot of places. Like
Yeah, for
I
real.
remember going to concerts and shit back in the day, and like we had like dash shows. There'd be a bunch of kids pulling up with cameras, and they'd be like, "Yo, I'm a cameraman," and they'll give them a media pass, and nobody knows this nigga. Like they just give a media pass, and that's how I met people like Tan Cocaine, a couple of other shooters that can't come up top of my head right now, but yeah, I peeped that the camera gets you into a lot of places when people see that.
At first, it was not like that.
At first, okay, so you still
not
you
even
gotta
the
get
slightest sense.
recognized.
At first, I was buying tickets to shows, trying
Right.
to sneak
Yeah.
my camera in.
Oh,
Like, it was,
you
at
wouldn't even be allowed to bring
because
it
at
in.
first I wasn't into like shooting artists, like music, or nothing like that.
right, yeah.
Remember, like I told you, it was
just
just
friends.
It was just I just wanted to take pictures of my friends, sneakers, and whatever was to come around.
Yeah.
You feel me? But it was a show in Jersey at the time.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Yes.
We got an arm in the air. We gotta answer the spaz.
I can say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
go
Say
ahead,
something
go
real quick.
So this is what really happened, y'all.
It's a really, mind you, he's telling the story off camera. That's crazy.
Hold on. This is what really happened.
Okay,
y'all.
what really happened? Talk.
Alright, so look, listen.
I hope. Can you hear this? He got the
So look, this what really happened, y'all.
Yo, get your ass on camera. All right, go ahead.
Alright, so Rell gave me the motivation to pick my shit back up.
Nice.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But when I picked my shit back up, we wasn't doing it together.
Okay, so y'all wasn't doing it together when you picked your can back
Yeah,
up and then.
you know what I mean? He saw what I was doing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Listen.
Clarify.
So we motivated each other.
Exactly,
Okay.
that's what I was saying.
Yes.
Do this to do the artist shit
Right.
together.
That's dope.
That
Yeah,
was-
you're motivating each
I
other.
was- feel me?
Is
I was
what
on some shit like, I was online.
Yeah. I see what
Feel
you
me?
mean.
I was jumping the.
You
know what
don't
I'm
get your
saying?
ass on this camera.
I can't get on the camera.
Nah, I feel he wasn't ready
That's
to get on
cool.
camera. Respectfully, he wasn't ready. So I know my son a fly nigga. He probably would have threw the Cardis on, a couple chains on. You feel me? I already know. So I understand why he not trying to get on camera. You
Yeah,
feel
I'm
me?
not
I
getting
feel
on
that.
camera.
He wasn't ready for that. He thought he was just coming to shoot. But nah, we got to get the story down packed, man. So
Well, back to Rell.
yeah, back
to Rell.
back to what you were saying. So
All right, so first show that I shot was in Jersey.
Okay.
It
Okay.
was in Teaneck, actually.
Get the fuck out of
At
here. Okay.
I forgot what the old
Mexicali
name.
Blues.
Rain?
Might have been. They got a new name for it. It's like Debonaires Music Hall, some shit like that.
That sound
I
like
ain't
Mexicali
never
Blues.
heard
They might have turned into that.
might have been that. I could be wrong though.
Okay. It is.
It is? All right. So it was a Critch and Rich the Kid show.
Oh, I remember
yeah,
that.
I remember
shit.
that.
That shit was
Yeah, they
viral.
had
I
like
remember
local
that.
people opening
I
up
do
for
remember
that
that.
shit.
I
You
do
feel me?
remember that.
That was the first show I shot. Like the first artist I shot.
shit.
And that kind of like really got me into wanting to. I looked up shit after that.
Yeah, and then he started trying to get into that.
I started like looking up into that field, just based off the photographer that Rich the Kid had with him. So I went to his shit. Shot by Combs. Now back then I didn't know too much of him, but now he's a very well-known photographer, especially in the music
fire.
industry.
That's
Especially in
fire.
the music industry.
That's how that works.
That's
though.
fire.
You feel me? He's been on plenty of sets, plenty of shows around a bunch of people, and I would just go to people's page, look at
Oh, from
photographers,
like
yeah.
just more
Yeah.
photographers through him.
Yeah, I would just look at that and I would see that. I would look at their work and I'd be like, oh, that's cool. Like, how can I
Yeah.
get into this?
Yeah.
This, that, and the third. And then I always would tell myself, like, if them, why not me?
Exactly.
That's a mindset. That's
It's
a
really, it's really that because I've seen people go from barely nothing to surpass a lot of people, and where they are now is, you know, it's like a fucking fairy tale.
Nah, for
real.
sure. I look at people like Cole Bennett, and I remember his beginning and upbringing, and I was like, I remember Lyrical Lemonade. I kept seeing it everywhere, and like I see now, and it's like, bro,
It's like mainstream.
He's dropping Kanye videos on Lyrical Lemonade. Like he's dropping some of the biggest artist videos on his platform. He just dropped like 2 Justin Bieber videos on
did.
his YouTube. So I'm like, oh, I know that bag is getting there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
his vision is crazy. You know, his team that he has around him is a very solid team, from shooters to editors to everybody that's, you feel me, built in house. So really, that's what we trying to establish too, and what we've been trying to establish.
Where I see that y'all
nice.
built a team. Like when I seen the whole Take 56 movement, I seen how y'all built the team, and I was
I'm about
wondering
to
like,
get
how
into
did
that.
y'all come together? Because you had mentioned, the way y'all met Kaya was kind of, and we never got into that
Alright,
part.
so the way
talk
we
about how
met
you met
Kaya-
Kaya, and Kaya.
Ironically-
we're gonna have her tagged in there because she's part of the
Yeah.
Take 56. Is only right.
Ironically, Jay Critch show.
At that same
at
one?
the same
No.
one?
Oh,
Oh,
different
I'm
one.
about to say.
Once- it's now 2017.
Okay.
Beginning of 2017.
How long have you been shooting for? You say you picked up in 2015 or 2016 when you actually
Okay.
started shooting.
But if I say seriously, I say 2017.
Okay.
Like, but just me picking up a camera.
Right.
I didn't really know too much about shooting on manual settings, anything like that.
Right.
Yeah.
That I had to like really look into, especially YouTube.
And after
YouTube
your first
is
rap
the-
show, I'm sure like that gave you a vision of the direction you want to go with the
The
shoot.
direction I was going, yes,
And
of
it was a
course.
whole new love for it, probably. Like, oh, it's up. I'm going to every show I
Especially
can go to.
because it's of artists, and I listen to most of their music.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, that's
Yeah,
another
you're right,
reason
you're
why
right,
why I want to go. And it's, you know, it's for the culture, man.
Nah,
Come on,
for
man.
sure, yeah.
You see all these big pictures of certain people that's not here anymore.
Damn,
and
right.
Yeah.
I know you got a
that,
lot of
certain
those.
people that took pictures.
Yeah.
I got pictures of Juice WRLD the same year that he died.
That's crazy.
In SOBs.
Wow.
A month before Rolling Loud in Miami.
And SOBs is this big, so I know
Yeah.
you got
So he
some
was
shit
right
up
there.
there.
Nah, the baby brought him out.
Oh, wow.
Word. It was at the baby show.
I know that
Baby brought
motherfucker's
him out.
crazy. I remember we actually went to a show. We went to a whole fucking 3-day festival together. I remember Spaz had called me like, yo,
Cali.
bro, we going to this day and night shit. He was like, yo, pull up. I'm like, day and night. I'm like, media pass. I'm like, I'm gonna be with the gang. But I wasn't thinking, I need a camera to get a media pass. So I'm thinking, I'm gonna be up front stage. So I'm like, yeah, hell yeah, we out. So I ended up buying a ticket. We pull up, yo, we was out there for 3 days, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I'm so glad to see a gas go out there, bro. The amount of people that I listened to that I saw perform, I was was like, I could say I seen Kodak perform live. I seen Daniel Caesar, Chief Keef, nigga, everybody I can think, Kendrick, Chance the Rapper, Travis Scott, Lil Uzi. I seen all these people perform live within 3 days.
That was my first festival I've ever been to.
Word?
Yeah,
That makes sense. That was my first time too, and I remember I had the time of my life by myself because y'all was so busy working that I'm like, yo, I'm vibing by myself. I'm chilling. Everybody in the crowd is on shrooms and shit. I'm chilling, just smoking this guy. I'm in LA. You know, LA we have you sleep at 4 p.m. So I'm in there just dozing off, dehydrating, but I'm having the time of my life just because I'm like, yo, I can't believe I'm watching these people. Like, and
I felt the same way.
And I can imagine y'all were this close.
It's crazy seeing it from a distance and then actually being there.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I'm not one that gets starstruck because at the end of the day, they're still regular people.
Yeah,
they
absolutely.
just have a certain knack.
I really wanted to
me?
ask you that. Like, have you ever like ran into somebody or shot somebody that made you feel like not necessarily like, oh, I made it, but like starstruck, like, oh
this is
shit,
it.
like,
wow.
Nah.
Nobody?
Nah.
Nobody.
Is there anybody at all out there?
I've been face to face with Lil TJ. Been face to face with Cardi B.
Yeah. Oh, see, that's what I'm saying. Cardi would have bugged most people out.
Ski Mask, Slump God.
Oh yeah, I remember
Mostly
that was a time
because
period.
of him. He was
So
when Slump was coming up. He was staying in New York. He was like heavily in tune with Spaz.
Yeah. Fact, I remember. He was in tune with. I remember he was in tune with my son Lil too. They was always on Twitter and shit, going back and forth. I remember that.
Yeah, but I've never been like around. I've been around Travis before from a distance.
You said who? Travis?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, you bugging.
Nah, from a distance. I would have
had to holler at that nigga. Like, yo, Travis, up, nigga.
I've been 10 feet from Lil Baby. I've been in a distance.
Damn.
God rest his soul when XXX Tentacion was alive.
See, that's tough.
At that same Rolling Loud.
Damn.
You feel me?
Yeah, I remember Rolling Loud.
That year that he passed away.
Oh, man.
He wasn't even supposed to be there or perform, but he came out for
It was in
Slump
Florida.
set.
It was only right.
And everybody was backstage and everything. And you tend to see a lot of people backstage.
Time out. You talking about X's legendary Rolling Loud performance?
He wasn't even supposed to be there?
Yeah, the one where he wasn't supposed to perform. Facts. That was
that's fire.
2018.
2018.
Yeah, that was right.
2018.
Yep.
That was like
Right in
May
May.
2018.
That was May.
And he passed in like November or December of that same year. That's tough. Man.
Nah, he actually passed in the summer.
X passed?
2019?
Yeah. No, 2018. He passed that same summer. That's the same summer.
I feel like it was like I remember I had just moved in. You right? It was probably like September. It was still hot outside, but
it was around. Well, hot out there versus hot out here is different.
It's different.
You
It
feel me?
was July 2nd.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Yeah, 2018.
Wow.
Yeah, it was
So
a while ago.
Damn,
Like
so
it was a
it was
minute
a-
because that
it
was
didn't
his
even
last
seem
show
like
that he
that.
performed at.
Damn.
Yo,
Like his last show.
I'm not gonna lie, I was such an X fan, bro. Like, I saw the vision from the very beginning. I heard that nigga go from the I can't keep my dick in my pants, that shit, and then the next song I heard from some like hard metal rock shit. And I low key fuck with almost every kind of music. So when I heard him, he's literally doing screamo. I'm like, bro, you would have thought this was a rock band. Then I heard the nigga like later on, the niggas making Spanish music, the niggas making Jamaican music. I'm like, yo, bro, this nigga is
One thing
ill,
though,
bro. Like,
back then especially, them shows are fucking ridiculous.
oh, I
couldn't
can imagine. The
imagine.
mosh pits, like
Nah,
if
and
Travis had
especially
crazy
to
mosh pits,
that,
imagine
to that magnitude. But you gotta imagine at a smaller gathering
Yeah.
how crazy it goes. So to bring it to that magnitude and for the people to have that same energy, like yo, we are literally walking through the crowd to try to get up front to a certain section, and from the back of the crowd at Rolling Loud
with this expensive ass camera,
not even
not getting bumped in,
not
I had to
even
knock
on his
somebody
set,
out.
just on Slump set, but Slump bringing him out, and you see how crazy they're going.
That sounds like
And
an Olympic sport to me.
Bro, I'm not like, you gotta be careful. People don't give a fuck about anything. They don't care about you. What you got in your hand, nothing.
Artists like X, man.
It's like, yo, once
you
you get to a show like that and somebody sees their favorite artist or something, all morals go out the window.
Oh yeah, for
they
sure.
Don't
They
give a flying
niggas throwing bowls to get the good view. They just
Bro.
the energy is real. And that's what's so beautiful about live shows, though, man. When you see that
It's
reaction from the
different,
crowd,
like,
like you see and I noticed that when I was at the festival with y'all, I was glad to see that because I'm like, yo, these people are like in a euphoric trance when it comes to watching these artists.
Bro,
like,
it's
they don't
like
know they're here.
It's like something comes
It's
out
different.
of them.
It's different energy.
Music really
Live,
do speak to the soul. That's why I
it
think music
really
is so
does.
important.
That's why you can never tell somebody music isn't, a factor in somebody's life because you don't know what somebody's going through.
No,
so
for
anything
sure.
that person has made or anything that somebody has listened to could really affect them. And when you see that up close,
Right.
it's like it really could do something to you.
Yeah, no,
I never felt like
speaking
that.
on people
but-
like X did that to me where like sometimes I'll be listening to the positive music at X, then he got some depressing shit. And then I'm like, I can get into that, but then I feed into it
But it's
and
not.
it'll
It's
bring
not.
me
It's
down.
not. It's not for you.
Yeah, no, but I think
to
sometimes it
somebody
would be.
else-
I'll be into it for a second, but I'll give myself 2-3 songs and I'm like, nah, it's a little too sad. I gotta switch up to some other shit because you know what I'm saying. Everybody goes through ups and downs daily, but
And there's nothing like the live music, being there live. Like,
Yeah, live,
so a live
bro.
experience.
And
You cannot take that away from
It
anybody.
trumps watching it on any television,
God.
any
When
computer,
Daniel
anything.
Caesar came out and had niggas, he had a white nigga with dreadlocks playing guitar in the back, bro. Bitches lost it. Bitches was in there melting into this nigga's music, and this nigga is chopped.
Yeah,
I don't know if you know Daniel Caesar is fucking chopped.
I know who Daniel
But this
Caesar is,
nigga's
yeah.
voice is angelic though,
Yeah.
bro.
No,
Bitches
he's
was
very
losing it.
talented,
I
very
jumped up
talented.
on a big ass beach chair. This shit was like the size of a house. So I was up there just watching this shit. I'm like, this is the best view in this motherfucker.
Yo.
That shit was
There's
a vibe,
nothing-
bro.
there's nothing like
so
that.
I can imagine like Rolling Loud, y'all going to so many like big shows. Who do you think is the biggest artist you ever took you ever got a picture of? Because Cardi's there. Like,
Yeah, Cardi's
like,
up
I don't know
there.
who.
Cardi-
It's not too much bigger than Cardi, but like Drake and Nicki.
Travis.
Maybe. No, Travis is
up
bigger.
there, yeah.
Travis is definitely bigger.
Travis #1. His fans are crazy. Shows
Yeah,
are crazy.
that nigga's at a McDonald's fucking
Yo.
deal, dog.
Yo,
Bro,
bro,
You know how
every
ill that is?
Bro,
You gotta
fuck the McDonald's deal. For you to get a Jordan deal and you're not an athlete.
You're not even an athlete.
At
Not
all.
even an
That's
athlete.
tough.
And it's based off of your presence, what you do and what you bring.
And
The
for you to
branding
have a
is different.
Jordan deal
The
that
branding is
resells
different.
like
The branding is
Yeezys
different.
resell is crazy. Them shits is supposed to be $225. As soon as they come out, them shits is $1,500, $2,500, depending on like
And
which
anything
one.
Travis, the moment it drops, is getting skyrocketed. Doesn't
Yeah,
matter if it's
bro.
a t-shirt, a pair of shorts, sneakers. His
That's
value as an artist and what he's done has transcended him past.
Yeah,
Yeah, bro, he's on a different
he transcends
level.
music. He transcends it.
He's on a different level.
And he's not even 30 yet. Yeah, I don't think.
Yeah, no, he might not be.
He might not be 30
Or
yet.
he might have just turned 30.
He may have.
Because I know he's not too far off from my age, but shout out to Travis.
We might be around the same age.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
no funny shit.
Nah, for sure. But he's one of them goats. I ain't gonna lie. When it comes down to this music shit, because his music sonically, bro, is just a different. His live show, bro. The nigga was walking on a flying phoenix on stage. I don't get. He turned it was a bird. He was on it. Then
Yeah,
it lifted
that was-
up.
that was one of
and
his
then the nigga
first,
started flying. I'm like, nah, bro. This
That's
is the
different.
illest shit I ever
Nah,
seen.
but that
There's
could-
fire coming out the bird.
That compared to nothing that he did from his Astro World Tour.
I heard.
Like, bro,
this nigga built a roller coaster. Like,
in arenas. Literally, he turned it from a regular show.
how much does that cost him? Bro? That gotta be the bag.
Probably wouldn't
it's
cost
all
him
about the
anything.
experience.
Yeah, you're right. It's-
Label might have covered that.
Well, but I'm saying that they gotta make the money back.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
they know they're getting that back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
Because
That's-
Travis got to
that's-
sell that shit out at $180, $200 minimum.
It's
a
selling
ticket.
out
In
in
the
less than 10
nosebleeds.
minutes.
In the nosebleeds.
Less than 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
The entire, and we're not talking about little venues. We're talking about stadiums.
Yeah, we're talking
arenas.
about 20, 30,
This is
50,000
a person
people.
who went from barely anybody to his show to selling out stadium-packed arenas. Like,
nah, for sure.
selling out. Like, back to back to back to back, nights on end.
He's one of them.
You
He's
feel
one
me?
of them
And
guys.
It's...
3 days lined up. and just-
Yeah, and it goes from a different setting from if you go to a regular stadium and people have seating on the floors and you have the stage.
Right.
Fuck that. Travis said, "Nah, we're not even gonna do that." Literally, Madison Square Garden, the floor was just a bunch of people being able to do whatever they wanted.
Oh, so it was just like open floor?
Yeah.
An open
floor.
floor, and on both sides there was a stage on both sides, so he would go from one to the other.
Get the fuck out
He
of
would
here.
get on the road.
It makes
Yeah,
sense,
that's what
though.
I'm saying.
That makes-
Clear out the
ah.
seating.
But
and
you
makes
still
way
also
more room
you still
in there.
also had people that weren't on the floor sitting
Sitting up top.
up top. So
seeing this shit from the top. That's
people who didn't want to
fire.
be directly hands-on down
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and want to get in the nitty and gritty because that
Right.
shit is not for everybody.
No, absolutely
You
not.
can't get
And that
hurt
allows
in
the
this-
ultimate mosh pit.
That allows people who really are Travis fans
his
to
shit
really
was
go
a
crazy
movie.
and go fucking nuts.
Yeah, nah.
And for
I'm
Travis,
good with that.
that's what he cares about.
Yeah, people
You feel
losing
me?
it. When I seen that, when I seen that motherfucker perform, that nigga had a bird shooting out lightning bolts and fire. I said,
like,
bro,
At
he
day
got
and
it.
night, he was a headliner at day and night.
Yeah,
and he went fucking crazy.
bro,
like
he went crazy. And the thing is, I'm the biggest Kendrick Lamar fan, so I thought it was gonna be done when I see Kendrick. I was
Kendrick.
like, my life's complete. I seen Kendrick, and I fuck with Chance the Rapper 100%. Chance is probably my top 5, top 10 favorite artists. But when I seen that nigga Travis, that
You
nigga
were like,
immediately
it was
skyrocketed.
different.
His music was already there for me. But when I seen that performance, I said, bro, this was
You
different.
see, like,
and I
what
can
the
imagine
hype
if
is
I was a
about.
little kid, because I'm looking at it really from like a grown standpoint. Because I got a thing with concerts, like anything big, I don't really like being there because I hate feeling like a fan. Not to say that it's bad to be a fan, but I be feeling like fuck, it should be me on that stage. And now on some hating shit,
Yeah,
I just be seeing
you
that
just
for
seeing the
myself.
vision, yeah.
I've had plenty of opportunities to like get in like Lamborghinis and Ferrari. I've never gotten in the car like that. Like I've been had plenty of opportunities, niggas that like A and Joe be running them shits out
course.
all the time. You feel me? I could have jumped in, but I'm like, nah, I don't want to ever get in there until I own that
So you
shit.
own it.
Like I want to be able to say I own that
But
shit.
that's just-
You
that's
feel
just
me?
your
That's just
mindset.
that's just
That's
me
your
for some
mindset.
reason.
Absolutely.
Something's weird about it because I believe in manifesting, so I should be jumping in that motherfucker. You
Of
feel me?
course.
But at the same time, something about me like, nah, when I get in that first one, I want to be like, it's mine. Like,
Yeah, I
you
fuck
feel me?
with
So,
that.
but yeah, I just
But-
thought about it. Back to the whole camera.
Yeah.
we
But,
went to Travis for 20 minutes.
But nah, I just want to say something real quick. It's just cool, like we talking about something being live, a live concert, and then the thing about the pictures is you're capturing that moment live.
Oh, yeah.
And it brings you back to that
Bro,
moment.
I have,
There's
like-
nothing like that about.
That's what- yo, I
My
don't
book
even
bag
like
is
that,
right
bro.
there. I have at least 20 memory cards in my
Bro,
book bag
there's
still.
nothing like bringing you back to that one moment.
At random
and
points
reliving it.
in the year,
That's
I
crazy.
always find myself on both of y'all pages, and I'll just like I'll post like 3-4 of y'all pictures straight on my story, because I'm like, yo, these shits is crazy. Like these niggas is dead everywhere. Like this shit is fire, and because I done seen it come up, so like, that, and I just catch myself on these pages, and I'm like, yo, I can imagine what they go through on their camera rolls. I'm like, the type of shit, the moments,
Oh
the
my
things that they
gosh.
can't put out there.
Oh,
Like, I
yeah,
can imagine.
yeah. Oh my God.
Like
It's
I can
some
imagine the type of
stories,
shit.
man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I know y'all done been in
Some
rooms where it's
stories.
like, if anybody like, we're going to jail.
Yeah.
Like if anybody comes here, we going to jail.
Some stories,
There's 100
man.
guns on the table. What the fuck is going on?
Oh, hell yeah.
You
I
ever
walk-
had that
I walk-
situation?
what?
Like you shoot a
Yo.
video and niggas got guns in the air, they pointed at you and shit.
Kaya did. I don't know. Not too many people know this. She
I've
shot.
seen
She
a
shot
video.
K Flock, Dougie B and B Love's Brotherly Love video.
See,
not too many people.
I didn't even know
Take
that.
56,
Not too many
man.
people know
It
that.
works,
Right.
you don't even realize. Like,
But
Wow.
a lot of people trying to bite off that style of how she shot it.
okay.
And a lot of people trying to emulate that.
Yeah,
You feel
now I
me?
gotta go study that video. That's fire.
I'm about to go watch the
But-
video as soon as I leave here.
When I got
God.
there, nobody was there really. I met Stacks, cool with K Flock,
Right.
manager.
Yeah.
In comes K Flock, Dougie B, B Love.
Facts.
In comes all their niggas. Alright, cool.
Allegedly, nothing that's actually happened. He's just telling the made up
Allegedly.
story.
Yo,
Oh man, I can imagine a bunch of 16 to 19-year-olds in the Bronx. Nah, that's a dangerous room.
yo.
I'm out of there.
Not really dangerous because they would who all they feel comfortable
Yeah,
with.
absolutely.
So they really themselves.
Right.
But time that shooting comes out.
Yo, that shit is.
Here go these props.
Oh,
Here go
shit.
all the
Oh, my
props.
God.
The
Yo.
props.
Just
that
props.
you-
Just props.
Oh, no, they
Yes,
always
just props.
props.
I've been in Atlanta around guns all the time. It's like, yo, that shit's natural out there for them.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
I
South
can,
is
I can
different.
imagine in
The South is
Chicago,
different.
especially niggas is rapping on the track like, nigga, we don't keep no safety.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm shitting
What?
myself if I'm a
One in the-
cameraman.
one in the
What you
head.
mean?
Hold
Don't
the
keep no
camera.
Nah,
safety.
and as a cameraman,
Hey,
nah,
you
you
should
always
shoot on
gotta
safety,
tell
bro?
somebody. Props only.
Yeah, because it is
Props
props
only.
only. It's always
You
props.
feel me?
Nobody's dumb enough to bring real guns to a
guns
music
to-
video.
yeah,
duh.
come on, bro.
Like,
That's how you get popped afterwards. Come on.
In Chicago, them niggas be wildin'. I'm telling you, because it's sad. I done seen motherfuckers get shot. Man, fuck, just in the hood. What's dude's name? Just Bolger. He just shot a nigga. I think he shot a woman with on set of a movie. What's his name? Fuck. He just had a kid. He's like 70. What's his name? Alec Baldwin. There you go. Alec Baldwin. I knew it was some white dude that got a lot of money.
And that
Alec
wasn't.
Baldwin.
It was supposed
That's
to
a
have.
fact.
It was supposed to have blanks in it too.
Exactly.
Yeah, no,
He
yeah.
just killed somebody. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And like, first of all, R.I.P. to whoever
R.I.P.
that passed, because that
to
is
the
fucking
woman, which is
crazy.
crazy.
That-
But like, how's it in jail? Somebody's supposed to be in jail? Like, what's going on?
Nah,
I don't wish nobody to go to
From
jail,
his-
but like, that's
from his
fucking
point,
crazy.
He's not the one
Responsible for that.
responsible
Right, I
for
figured that. 'cause I know they
That's
have
like-
weapons technicians
that's
and
like
shit
in
where they have
the-
real.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if y'all know Bruce Lee got killed like that too.
Is that real? I didn't know how Bruce Lee died.
I
thought he-
believe Bruce Lee got killed like that too.
I
It
didn't
was
know that.
supposed to be.
Oh, right.
It was supposed to be
a blank. You're right. I did hear
blank
that.
in the gun, but
Was he supposed to like fake catch the bullet or some
or
shit?
something like that. He actually got shot. Like that's really how
That's
he
really
died.
tough. I did
But
not know that.
It doesn't happen too often because
That's
people
a
take
freak,
things from proper
freak
precautions.
accident. But
But
like
that shit
that,
happens.
R.I.P. to that woman.
But that's, you feel me? That's sick because as a cameraman, you always
Yeah, you always
You
bro,
always-
you always-
you don't
Yeah.
play about that.
And then you hear crazy shit like TK. When they like one of the murders that happened with his situation was like was of a cameraman.
Was of a
cameraman,
right?
yeah.
And I'm
That's
like,
a
yo,
fact.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that's because the cameras be so expensive, niggas. Like niggas don't know, bro. Them Reds. How much? What's it called?
A red.
A red
so
camera?
a red is a video camera.
Okay.
You give me no pictures, no nothing. It's
Oh, it only
straight.
takes- I see, I didn't
it's
even do that.
only a video camera.
Right.
When you get to certain, it's like people say, it's levels to it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for sure. I
absolutely,
heard about a red.
absolutely.
When me and Spaz shoot with, it's called a DSLR camera. You know, it's a digital camera
Okay.
that can do photo and video.
Right.
The Black Magic camera that I have, that I just shot a video with
Yeah.
when we was out in Cali. That's
Shout out A
strictly,
Money.
Shout out A Money. That's strictly a video camera.
All right.
Now
Oh, okay.
that's a cheaper one,
Right.
but the quality of it is still up there. You
All
feel
right.
me?
So it's just less expensive. We don't even use the word cheap.
it's just less expensive because none of this shit is cheap.
Yeah,
None of it.
exactly. It ain't
It's-
shit cheap. Trust me.
It's
I know.
less expensive.
Them
but
lenses?
then you work up to Reds, you work up to Aries, you work up to different like.
Oh, so there's
some-
something above a red.
Oh yeah, like a lot of movies and stuff like that.
Oh, now we talking
or
about
shot
Blu-rays
shows,
and
music
shit.
videos, not all off a red. people rent production studios all the time and rent equipment. You feel me? And
that makes sense.
certain equipment that people rent. One of the best cameras out there are RE cameras. ARRI. Shout out them.
And you know what? I remember you were telling me you wanted to build a studio so y'all could do exactly that.
And
so you're talking about maybe possibly going to Atlanta and taking that
which is
Take56media.
the whole thing, especially why Kai is moving to Atlanta now. She's trying
to start that network.
She's trying to get her foot in the doors, especially with directorial work and filmmaking.
And she's from out there, isn't she?
She has family from out there.
Okay, right. She has family from out there.
Yeah, she is from out there. Most of her family's from out there. She lived in there, Philly, New York,
and
Jersey.
you know we just gonna network the whole situation and got Spuzz out there too. So it's like it's a movie out there.
But she's at the point where she felt like she came to New York. She did what she had to do of what she really could do up to her own fruition.
Yeah.
And now she's trying to
go back down.
She's trying to make it possible for us as a team, as a collective, to really get our foot indoors without having to our way in.
Yeah,
you feel me?
Right.
So,
make it more natural, so it don't gotta be forced or it don't gotta be like pushed on. Like it's like you already around these motherfuckers. Like I see that y'all worked a lot with Melvani. Shout out Melvani. I see y'all around him all the time. Young cat. Melvani from Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
going crazy. He been going crazy for a couple years now, and I seen him. I literally saw him go through fucking puberty. I feel like because I met the nigga. He was like 15. Nigga was like 5'6", 5'7".
Yo, he had a.
The next time I meet this nigga, the nigga's like 6'2". I'm like, how the fuck you do that? And then niggas told me, oh, he's 17. I'm like, this nigga literally just went through puberty in front of our face. Like
this little nigga just keeps
like,
growing and growing.
Nigga just grew like a half a foot out of nowhere. I'm like, this the same nigga?
That's also another person that I feel that product is there. It's just the audience isn't fully there yet. But once they come around and once they really see
he's been
the
doing his
talent
thing though. He do the numbers though.
Yo,
like,
Melvani is. And I'm saying this to touch, especially because you got a lot of rappers who try to touch on the melody and everything.
Right.
Yeah.
Melvani can actually sing.
Yeah, he got that
like,
right. I peeped that.
Melvani can actually like literally sing.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to try to do something to his voice.
Right.
That pure talent.
He has
when
pure talent.
I heard that at
It's
first
just
take.
that talent hasn't reached all
but he's
across
super
everywhere
young too. That's the thing.
also
He's super
young.
And motherfuckers be finding they sound for so long. Like when I look back at like NBA YoungBoy, who's like fucking the GOAT of his generation. I listened to his music and I realized that he started off a whole different person. He wasn't singing at first.
No.
He was 38 Baby. All he was talking is rah shoot 'em up and on these beats that niggas never heard. It was so murky and like dark. Like this nigga was on some evil shit. And then you see his face. Look, he got shot twice. Even though that's not what happened.
That's not what happened.
But he got 2 craters in his face. And nigga looks crazy. So and then he's 15, looking 13. Nigga got a 2-year-old talking about that's his son. He got 2 guns up. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But the vision was so ill. But then I seen his progression, and then he didn't turn into who he really is now till like 3-4 years in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I know people like Melvani got time because he's so young and he's so talented already. It's like yeah, I know.
Also,
once he hits,
YoungBoy's fanboys,
he's gone.
NBA YoungBoy's fan base
It's different.
It's different. But also the amount of music that he puts out is also different.
It's because that nigga's different. He's on a Lil Wayne run where it's like, yo, how does he keep dropping fucking tapes? And then there's 20 songs on this bitch. And yeah, he don't have a stop button. He don't have no label, nothing to stop him no more. Like he's on some shit.
Because he was with Atlantic.
Yeah, he was. I remember when he first signed, and people were like, I think he signed like a 4-album deal for $2 million, and everybody was clowning him. They were like NBA dumb boy, but this is like 2017, 2018, and it did sound bad because it's like normally 4 albums would take you like 4 years, but he did some slick shit and dropped like 4 of them shits in like a year and a half and got out that shit as fast as possible. And then it's like, then you realize like, yo, if he has any piece of ownership of his publishing, oh my god, this nigga's up. Oh my god, this nigga's up because he does numbers.
He does numbers. Not exactly. Not just on Apple Music and Spotify.
Right.
YouTube
different.
I feel like that. I feel like
that young crowd.
It's not even just the young crowd. His demographic.
It's really not the young crowd at all. Not always.
Not
you
always.
You gotta realize that.
Would it be?
It's a lot of younger people than me, like 22, 23, that really rock with him heavy.
I really rock with him heavy. I listen to YoungBoy for at least 30 minutes.
No lie.
YoungBoy will make you want to shoot something, go cry a little bit, and call your family.
His audience is not just black and Spanish. It's a lot of white people that listen to YoungBoy.
Bro, you'd be surprised.
That really fuck with him.
And beyond that, you know what I realized? He speaks to a lot of people that are from the hood, from the ghetto, and most people in the hood might not have, especially young kids. I know I didn't have Apple Music till I was an adult. I had to be 18 and have my own debit card. Most people don't have that. Exactly. So they're listening to him on YouTube on repeat. You know what I'm saying? They just running that shit back,
Running
keep
it
running it
back.
back, and that's the only way they listen to the music because they don't want to listen to the radio. They don't play what they want to listen to, and they can't go on Apple Music. They don't got Spotify. They don't have no debit card to put on it, so they running that
And
shit.
the younger generation is just naturally drawn to YouTube.
Yeah, that too, because visuals is everything. You
Yeah,
know what I'm
of
saying?
course,
And it goes back to what you do. Which is why I love what you do, is because I see like a moment in time when I see these pictures, and it's like it really is like a picture says 1,000 words.
It really
Like,
does. It
a
really
video
does.
is even crazier because you really get to see people's character and what they're actually like. But them pictures, they have an impact because you can look at a photo and create 100, like I said, 1,000 words. You can make so many different stories of what might be going on, what's not going on with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? And that's what's so dope about what you do. So like I would love to like get an insight of like how your camera roll really be looking like when you look at all this shit. And I know that shit is dope when you see like everything you've seen.
Just because we got off on a tangent, let's just get back to this.
Yeah.
Kaya, how we met, ironically.
Yo, we still never got to
We
that.
still never got to that. Kaya, how we met, ironically, was at a J. Crit show.
Right,
Okay?
yes.
And Spaz, I got there before me. I was running a little late for me, public transportation, trying to get to the city.
Probably trying to get some
fucking
grabber.
ridiculous. Nah.
He's
Yo,
probably running late getting
Back then was heavy on the backwards.
Oh, that
heavy
was
on the
we don't
backwards.
ever have to talk about
Yo,
that. Like,
you feel me?
RIP to
So-
them times that never happened. Backwards.
So I get to the show, whatever. I get in. I get to where Spaz is, and there's another photographer there that I know, and he comes over to me. He comes over with Kaya. He's like, "Do you have any extra batteries, just for her flash to put on? Because when you have a certain camera, especially when it comes to a certain price point, some DSLRs come with the flash already built in.
Yeah.
But ours didn't. So she had what was called a full frame camera, which is what we both use. She had to put a flash on and then put batteries into the flash, like how you see me do sometimes.
Yeah, I was about to say I've seen this before. I
So
remember that
luckily,
flash then.
by grace of God, I actually had extra batteries
Oh,
on me.
see?
You see how shit works? Show goes by, I'm not really thinking much of it. You know, couple days go by. I think I saw her picture somewhere, or she DM'd me about something. And she was like, yada, yada, yada. We started chopping it up. She likes my work. I sent her over some pictures that she was actually in. Still to this day, I still have them shits on my phone.
That's tough.
And she told me about this idea of she's trying to form a group. And I never really like thought about it like that. I was just like, okay, why not? Let's see the swing of it. I looked at her page, her work, you know, spoke for itself. And I'm not going based off your followers, even though they were there. But I'm just going like based off
the
the
actual,
work,
yeah.
the
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
work. I like your work, like genuinely. So she said she was trying to do this group or whatever, and then I was also like, oh, my other man's that was there, Spaz, you can hit him up, see if he has anything to you. And then that's how that also came about. And then
she realized y'all was already moving together. It
From
made
there,
sense.
one thing led to another. We got to meeting up from like 2017 to 2019. Yo, heavy on it. Like, yo, any video shoot, anything this, yo, we're there, coming to New York,
remember, I seen that
subways,
shit.
trains, here, this, that, and third. We out. Like, we were out anywhere. And 2017 was also a day and night festival. You feel me? That was the first place that we really actually got to go together. Now from Kaya, we also met her boyfriend Scotty. Now Scotty is very well known around, especially the up and coming music industry.
Right.
Shout out to Scotty on scene.
Yeah, shout out to Scotty.
God bless his soul. Pop Smoke, when he was still alive, Scotty used to do shows at SOBs, and he used to bring out Lil TJ. Pop Smoke was actually on one of the lineups right before he blew up.
That's crazy.
Oh, wow.
Like
That's
to this day,
crazy.
right before he blew up, he was on one of the lineups. Ross Swish was on there.
Yeah, shout out to Ross Swish.
Lil Italy, Leaky Bands,
Right.
22Gs.
Shout out
like
my
a lot
son
of,
Mav. Mav put me on it. Everybody he just named.
Yo,
literally.
a lot of, and it's funny because
Shout out Mark Mav.
now that you even bring up Mav, all these little connections that we got through Kaya and Scotty branched out to everybody, to Mav, to
Right.
JD,
Right,
to Mel
shout out
Vani,
JD,
to
right.
Lil TJ, to, you feel me, this, that, and the third.
Right,
And it's like, especially in New York, you never realize how small the world is
Right.
until you meet somebody
No,
that knows this
word.
person, that
Yo,
knows this
that's
person,
real.
and
That's
y'all
what
all
that's
know
really
each
dope.
other.
Like I was saying, shout out to Matt. Matt was literally playing me shit from Lil TJ and David Lee and mad people, and I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. He was like, yeah, bro, this nigga's 16. I'm like, all right. He like, yo, bro, I'm telling you, these little niggas is gritty, but these niggas is like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, man, because that's how he be talking to me. He be so excited.
You
to
know,
tell me.
Matt
Like,
fake a old
he
head
get-
too,
Yeah,
so.
yeah, he fake a old head, but he be in tune with
Nah,
what it
his,
sound like.
his,
He knows.
his knowledge is
He
there.
know,
And
exactly.
He's one of those people that principles and everything means the
Everything.
world to
It means
him.
everything.
It
I,
means
bro,
everything to
I
him,
learned
bro.
a lot from him in the matter of time because he had been locked up for me. I had to actually get Mav up here, but I remember I learned so much from him. I spoke to him so much when he was fresh home. I probably seen this nigga 20 times within the first year,
Yeah.
and it was for tattoos normally. But then sometimes we just started linking up on some like random shit. I pulled up to his crib in the Bronx, and he just every time he was always so excited to show me like an artist or like something that he's like he's in tune with. He's like,
Yeah.
yo, bro, I'm working with this. Watch how this little nigga gonna blow. And within like a year after that, all these niggas was getting signed. PNB Rock was signed. JD had Lil TJ get signed, and mad other people. I saw Melvani. Like I said, that's how I met Melvani. Was through Matt, and I saw him literally have a growth spurt. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
And Melvani now signed, TJ.
Yeah, and they're all doing their thing. They
Yeah.
going up. Like it ain't like so.
Shout out JD though, because
Yeah,
JD,
he
a lot
manages
of people really don't know, but JD really.
No, he's the man. He's pulling strings.
He's really the man, and he's more than just a manager to a lot of people. You know,
Word.
he's really there for them.
Yeah, nah,
so
for sure.
I mean, really, JD is one of the people. He's not in A&R.
I realized that when after I spoke to him.
One of us that can really help get
That's
you into
what's-
where you need to
yeah.
go.
Yeah,
you
word.
feel me?
Word.
And you need people like that.
No, for sure.
Absolutely. You
I
need
love
people out there in your
when
corner.
you meet people like that. That's a networker, man. They know how to make shit move. And that's what
Especially in this industry, it
Right.
is all about
Yeah.
networking.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh my
you
You
God.
may
And
not,
once I
you may
found
not
out
want
about-
to. You may not think it's a necessity, a
But no,
priority.
absolute-
but
what?
to get it's it's not always about what you know. It's always about who you know.
exactly.
You feel me?
Once I learned
Especially
about
in this.
I learned about like finder's fees and shit like that. I was
he-
mind fucked.
yeah.
Like,
Feel me?
oh,
He
I'm
needs
like,
his.
I'm like,
Yeah.
a
That's how it
finder's
is.
fee?
That's how it
like,
is.
Because I first heard about that when like Trippie Redd was talking about 6ix9ine or whatever. They was going they little beef or whatever. They was going back and forth.
Yeah.
And then Trippie Redd was like, yo, I hear all that you talking. You got bigger songs than me. He's like, I get a percentage of everything you do. He's like, so go be great. I'm getting paid off that. Like, and I'm like, yo, that's the illest shit in the world right there. I'm like, this nigga won. Like, no matter how great you are, I'm eating off you.
I mean, off you.
Have fun. Go be amazing. And that
Go
was
do
before
you.
the whole situation
Whole
went downhill.
situation.
Yeah.
So it was like at the point
I
we
remember.
thought 6ix9ine was like gonna be the new 50 Cent, like as far as like he was gonna have a wave and just drop hits after hits for the next couple of years, and that lasted like 6 months.
The Rat had a run.
The Rat had a run for sure. Like that shit. Yeah, word. He had a run and niggas was rocking with it. Niggas was
They
heavy.
definitely
He had
was.
real gangbangers like
Rocking
niggas
with it.
was listening to that shit. Rather niggas want to say that shit was whack.
Flex, like, you feel me? If he didn't rap,
That shit. That nigga was epic.
lit.
He was
Yeah,
epic.
that
He was
legit,
epic.
He
legit,
probably
legit,
still,
legit.
if none of that shit happened, he'd probably.
No, he would have had the streets unlocked because niggas was
definitely.
loving it. Niggas was
They
loving
was.
it. They was. Before
Yeah,
it
and
was all.
and he's putting up the numbers.
Yeah, he was putting up the numbers.
numbers
for
was
sure.
crazy.
But you know what I'm saying? That negative shit always spin back and taunt you. And he's
Yeah,
gonna do
man.
some shit, but fuck all that. I don't even want to talk
Yeah,
about
we're
that.
not talking about that. So,
But
We was talking about finder's fees and shit.
Yeah.
I went left, but
nah, but like you were saying, everything with JD. I met Malvani at JD's spot.
right. Yeah, me too.
I met a lot. Honestly, I met a lot of people at JD's. old
Yeah, and
spot.
I remember they was correct me if I'm wrong, but I know Polo G was signed to the same label as
Polo
Lil TJ.
G is signed to Columbia.
Right.
Yes. So shout out Ludivated on Instagram. He has his hand in with Lil TJ, Polo G, and Lou is also another person in New York where he's an AR at Columbia. And
So he got
wow.
power.
Favi, Lil TJ,
Wow.
Polo G. He is in and he's doing his thing. His artists are doing their
Wow.
thing. You feel me?
I gotta get S&D Bly up here. I ain't gonna lie, so they could talk a lot because I know they've been managing Koi since the very beginning too. And shout out to Koi Ray. She like watching her career, like somebody that I literally knew. Like we like hung out. Like that shit is crazy
That
to
shit
see
is
her
mad
blow up
crazy.
like
Bro,
that. It's like.
she getting features from Nicki.
Yeah, like
Yo,
what?
I
was
like, what?
Niggas
That's
teaching,
tough.
bro. She
That's
was
tough.
viral for like a whole year. Like she completely,
Yeah,
like,
I remember
it was
that.
a year run
I
where like
remember that.
it was her. Whether it was good or bad, it was just her. Like
was
Drake
her.
was with, like was FaceTiming Shorty all the time. Like it was crazy to see that
Any
shit.
type of publicity is good publicity.
Yeah, any type of publicity is
Absolutely.
good publicity for sure. But it be blowing my mind. I see people try to tear her down for dumb shit, and I'm like,
no
I'm like,
reason.
y'all corny as
But
hell.
you
gotta
gotta be the
realize-
people from home too.
You think so?
but
I
that's
think
what
it's people from
happens.
everywhere. Like they just try to make shit into a joke, and it's a meme, and then it's like it's cool to
that's
be
what
mean to this
happens when
person
you-
for a split moment in time. It's
And then,
cool to be
like,
mean
yeah,
real quick.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Like,
That's
it's
what
a-
happens when you climbing up the ladder.
Yeah, that's the-
that's what
a
comes.
fact.
That's the balance.
That's what
It's
we
the
were talking
balance.
about before.
Like, yeah, we gonna give you all this money and these blessings, nigga, but
That's
people
what
gonna talk
happens,
shit
feel me?
about you.
You gotta-
It's
People
gonna
gonna
it
talk
comes
shit about
with
you
it.
till the day you die.
exactly
So-
right. Whether you're rich or
You-
poor, they're gonna talk shit.
they
about
gonna
So
you.
talk
you rather,
shit
you
either
rather,
way, so
you
you
rather
gotta
listen
heard?
to him or you rather
all
go
day,
make
every
money?
day.
Fuck 'em.
So
We ball.
where do you see 311's visuals going in the future? Like,
That's a good question.
what's the vision?
I don't know yet. Recently I've been trying to like branch out of music and get into sports and everything. Word, so
Get into them gymnasiums, bro. You know what's funny?
nah, I've been trying to get into the MLB.
Oh,
Word,
I ain't
as
gonna
like
front. I ain't gonna front. I know he heard me talking
as
about
like I've been trying to get into that.
Smash the little camera.
yes.
Nah, but that's a vibe. Bro.
Nah, it makes
No, funny
sense.
shit, I'm trying to see if the Hawks need somebody. I'm trying to go to
Yes.
Atlanta and
Yeah.
really
You know
do
what? I'm
some
gonna try
stuff.
to plug you in my mans. I know he works. I know a couple people that work down in Seacog at the NBA office in Seacog. Some guy.
I do
Shout out
too.
to Andrew and Kelsey Boy work
Yeah,
there.
I do
Kelsey's
that.
like an executive. Out
I
there.
knew that. That shit's crazy.
they
I
both
love the
work out
music
there.
scene, like I love it, but at the same time, it comes with too many headaches, too many problems, bro. Like too many festivals. Niggas
Oh,
had
I
to,
can. Oh, I
too
see. We
many
didn't even get
festivals.
to
I had
touch
to
on that.
sneak in.
We haven't even gotten
too
to
many
touch on
shows
that.
where almost niggas fought security.
We gonna have to get y'all back
Like-
in here. We haven't talked about half the shit I needed to talk about. The annoying parts of dealing with artists.
Yo.
What's the most annoying shit? Like, had
Yeah.
niggas ever literally had
Some
you
artists
pull
are
up,
really
you're not even.
dickheads.
They're not even there.
Like some artists are really dickheads.
Oh my
God.
And they don't see nothing wrong with it.
I haven't even
And
gotten
it's like-
into that. Like, what's the most annoying part of when you shoot a video for a motherfucker? Like,
Most
oh,
annoying
man.
part is when you get done and they don't stop hitting you up.
Oh yeah. Oh, I
It's
can
like
imagine.
they
Yo,
act-
you got to put it.
No,
You
they
got it
act
ready,
as
bro?
if you don't have a
life.
outside
No,
of
yeah.
doing this. Like, I work a fucking job
Right.
Sunday through Thursday, nigga.
Like,
What you want me
come-
to do?
Like, bro,
Nah,
I'm
bro.
doing the best I can with what I got, and I'm still getting it back to you. But you don't need to be on my ass, and it
Yeah.
only comes from little niggas.
Yeah. That's the
It
thing,
doesn't
bro.
come from people
Most
my
artists are
age.
younger people,
You feel me?
right?
Because
So
they
you dealing with younger
understand.
motherfuckers.
They don't understand. They just want their
It's not
shit
even
now.
because it could be a young person that's what's that experienced.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It-
Like,
it's
used
also-
to like you know what I'm saying? I gotta give him time, bro. Like,
Right.
feel me? You want my shit right?
Yeah, you gotta take your time. You gotta let these cameramen get to
They don't be
take their
understanding
time so you
that.
get the
They
best
think it's
edits
just
too.
you put this here, this here.
Yeah,
this
I was
here.
just about to say that. Like, they don't
bro,
understand. People don't understand.
can't.
Like, shooting it is the easy part.
Shooting's the easy
No,
part.
yeah.
That's the easiest
It's
part.
post-
It's the
it's
editing.
editing,
It's doing
it's like-
Post-production.
Yeah, like,
that
that's when
really
shit
That's
is
when the
hard.
work really starts.
You feel me?
Yeah, I can
You
imagine.
gotta line clips up. You gotta put them a certain way. You gotta see what you're gonna use, what you're not gonna use. You gotta see what you can use. I don't like using anything blurry, really.
Yeah.
And plus, I started getting into video more recently.
Yeah.
Kaya's
Yeah, I
that-
remember.
Kaya really mainly does video. She's not a photographer.
Yeah.
And she will
She'll stand
say that to death. She is not a photographer.
Nah, for sure.
But me, I love photography.
Yeah,
Like, I love that shit.
I do too. I just be fascinated when I see certain pictures, and I'm just like, how the fuck? Like, one of my favorite pictures ever for some reason to this day is the picture of the workers on the top of the Empire State Building that's like, sitting on that ledge. And they're just eating turkey sandwiches.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to me, I find that
air.
so absurd because how the fuck?
Exactly. Like,
So easy.
you know they built that. You know they built the Empire State Building in like 13 months. The whole shit.
Oh wow.
Like
I
they said it was something like they were building like I think it was like 10 floors a month or some shit like that.
That's
like
tough.
they were flying through that bitch.
Oh,
like
wow.
every 3 days they would build a floor if you do the math. Like that's fucking fast. Like I don't know how the fuck they
for
did that.
back then? Hell
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly.
Back then, hell yeah.
With the technology they had back then, man. But like just seeing shit like because it's like. I always said like when I think about back in the day memories before we were live, like I think the 50s, 20s, all that shit. I seen in black and gray because that's what the pictures were.
Yeah.
You
right. I
don't really
seen
see
it,
color pictures from back then.
Yeah.
I saw a color picture of Martin Luther King that is in black and white that I've seen everywhere. Color looks so much different.
Oh, yeah, now
they do that on purpose to make
It
it seem
tells,
older than it
but
is.
I'm not gonna lie, the black and white tells so much more of a story than the color does.
I feel like it does. You're right.
It really does.
I do feel.
And
that
it's
way.
crazy because like a lot of people nowadays, photographers, they like shooting black and white. You know, it's a lot more detail in it. And it really does tell a story.
It's really art. It's really art.
It's
And
really
the thing
art
is-
form.
The thing is, like, memories are so precious, so you get to capture memories. And being that you always got a camera on you, like I keep saying, like, I can imagine how much shit you just got in your fucking phone. Like, you
Bro,
done probably seen fucking crazy, like, car accidents or niggas on a bike doing some cool tricks or some shit. Just packed out a camera, like, let me
Bro,
catch
I
it.
got
And it's like, yo, that's
videos,
a
I got
memory in life for
pictures.
forever. Like, and you'll forever. I can imagine how many memory cards you run through. Like,
Like I said, I got 20 memory cards in my bag right now.
20?
That I ran through.
That's
I
tough.
keep them in this
That's
little.
tough.
I keep them in this little thing all together, and I have them lined up.
Yo, that's
so if I ever
tough.
need to go back to something and
can
look
always
something
go
up,
boop,
pop that shit in, boop, boop,
Right there.
and you good. Do.
but like some of the crazy shit that ever happened to us was at shows, festivals. Like
You ever got into the middle of a rumble or something, or niggas didn't know you was the cameraman, and then niggas trying to swing on you with some shit?
Nah, none like that. But we was at a show in Philly at the Fillmore.
Oh, okay.
It
I've heard of
was,
the film.
I heard of that shit
It
too.
was an A Boogie and P&B rock show. Me,
yeah.
Spaz, and Kai was there.
Right.
I don't know what was going on. I was kind of separated from them at the time.
Right.
And I just remember the security pushing Kaya or touching Kaya. And
push the
Spaz,
girl
I seen
nigga.
Spaz like run over, and they was in the face arguing. He about to Spaz like, yo, I will fuck you, I will like this, that, and the third. It's been situations where, you know, we get into a show or a festival and we just trying to walk through, people pushing.
Yeah,
wanna
I can imagine.
Deck somebody like, yo, bro, don't fucking touch me.
What you say, Marv? Oh yeah, for sure. But I mean, we got through a lot, but honestly,
Yeah,
we
we
need the
did.
whole team up here because
Yeah.
we got so much more and a lot of things that I still didn't get to bring up that I definitely want to touch base on.
It's a lot.
And we got
It's really a
touched
lot.
on a lot. There's
Yeah,
a
but
lot,
I mean-
lot of positive things coming out.
Yeah, and I mean,
of
unfortunately,
course.
we did pull up a little late. It took me a little time to pick them up. I ain't gonna lie, we had a little difficulties on the way here. But listen, man,
Yes.
this has been episode 9 of the Free Gems podcast. You know what I'm saying? I want to say a special thank you to Rell for pulling up,
Absolutely.
man. Thank you
Shout
so
out-
much, bro.
shout
I
out
appreciate you
Spaz,
guys.
too, for real.
Yeah, Spaz, he's coming in. He's been taking for you. You know what I'm saying?
311
He ain't gonna just sit around my son to make sure he's doing something productive. You see how you hustle. You feel me? You got to get right. You got to do your thing. So appreciate y'all, man.
Absolutely.
course.
Shout
Thank
out
you
the
guys
whole
for taking your
Take56
time out.
media.
Absolutely.
Of course.
Take time and, you know, thank you guys for coming out and thank you guys for watching.
Keep being great. Keep
Of
pulling out
course.
that good work, man.
Absolutely.
We're gonna keep touring. We're gonna tag them. Y'all go follow everybody. You know what I'm saying? It's been the Free Gems
Appreciate you.
podcast. Thank y'all so much. Shout out
And
Marvin in the
we're out.
background.